Hey guys, Zach with All Access Card Shop. I'm here with
Gavin, Maney.
What did you do today, Gavin?
I took 4th place at the All Access Circuit Series tournament today. I finished 2nd after Swiss, and then got absolutely 2-0 clapped in my top in the first round of top 4, and then for 3rd place. So it happens, man.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you play today, Gavin?
I played Traptrix.
All right, you want to get in the list?
Sure.
What?
Hot. All right. Start here with 3 Traptrix Mermello. This one searches a normal hole trap from your deck and adds it. I mean, if you played hat format, you know what this card does.
What's the other effect?
When it's specialed, it's a mandatory effect to target an opponent's spell or trap they control and pop it. So whenever this is specialed, the effect will always activate. So if you have Sarah bring this off, it'll activate even if your opponent has no cards, and then you can still set off the Sarah because you activated a Traptrix effect. I also played 3 Mantis. So Mantis is it's Stratos. When it's normal, you search any Traptrix monster and add it to hand. It does have another effect where if this is on the field and you have a set spell or trap, you can bounce that spell or trap back to your hand and then reset one. Never came up today, never activated it, never really felt like I had to, but it's just good sometimes just to, normal search, follow up or the extender. Also played 3 Pudica. This is the new one that came out in the structure deck. What this one does on normal summon, this one adds the field spell, which is really good for the deck. And then when it's specialed, it targets a special summon monster your opponent controls and banishes it. And then in the following standby phase, your opponent can special summon one of their banished monsters. So they can, you can banish anything. They can special summon anything they might have banished. It doesn't go too hard into the Kesh-Tira matchup just because they can, everything's banished anyway. So really just using it on your turn to clear board and get some damage in. I also played 2 Arachnocampa. This is also the new one from the structure deck. This one's just an extender. During your main phase, if you control another Traptrix monster, you can special summon it from your hand. The effect activates, so you can activate your Sarah if you have to do it that way. And then once per turn, while this card is on the field, it protects your back row. So you can hold this in hand, and if they Duster or Lightning Storm your back row, you can special this and it'll protect it.
Do you ever feel like you wanted the 3rd copy of that?
No, I've always had issues where this is the only one I draw, and I really want to draw one of these 9 as my normal summon to start the game. Just opening this by itself is really bad because it doesn't give you any advantage. Same thing with the 2 Dianea. So Dianea it's Altair, right? Yeah, so when you normal it, you target a Traptrix monster in your graveyard and it special summons it back out. It also, when it's special summoned, you can target a whole normal trap in your graveyard and reset it, but it gets banished during the next end phase of the turn. So there's synergy with the Dianea and the Mantis, you can set the card, bounce it back, and it won't get banished. Didn't do that once. But the Dianea, you can bring it off the Sarah after you hold Atea to special it and reset a trap you pitched, so you're really not losing anything to activate that whole Atea turn 1. That's it for the Traptrix names. And I also played 3 Parallel Exceed. This card is nuts, dude. You're always normal summoning, searching, and then you just link 1 into Sarah, and then you get a free Rafflesia from this. It's gonna be your 5th summon. You have Rafflesia. It turns off Nib, can turn off Ash. I think round 5 against the Sprite player, he tried to Ash me it was game 3 near the end, and it was close to time. And I just sent Gravedigger's Trap Hole and burned him for 2k, and that's what ended up winning me the game pretty much. So Parallel Exceed's awesome.
Clapped his...
Yeah, I usually side these out if I'm going to go 2nd. Or if I'm really scared of board breakers, I'll side in some other cards for these just because you don't want to just see this card or draw too many of it.
You ever think of putting that to 2?
No, because I want to see it.
Yeah.
When I'm going first, I want to see it. And then the last I played 3 Ash. This is the last monster. Good against Branded, good against Kesh-Tira sometimes. You can hit the normal summon if you play a mirror. It's just good to have. It's, probably one of the best Ghost Girls in the format right now, so might as well play it, stop your opponent from playing the game. We would play the 1 Traptrix Garden. So what this card does, it allows you to normal summon another Traptrix monster during your turn. It doesn't activate, it just gives you that effect. It also has two other effects that I have to explain every time I play this card against somebody. Monsters you control the first time they would be destroyed by battle, they're not. So like you can make your board, make your Xyz monsters, make Sarah, they can like swing into it, like try to clear some stuff in the battlefield, like before they start making plays because they don't want to run into your holes. So nice. So it like protects your board, and then it's just really good there. It also has another effect, a follow-up effect, where you can banish for cost one of your monsters you control to special summon a Traptrix from your graveyard or your hand. So like I've done it before. I didn't do it today, but like I've gotten Nib before, and I just banish the Nib token, and then you like special summon something. You can at least make the Sarah still. So that's really good. And then I only played 3 other spells. I played Book of Moon. I was playing Nib at first, but Nib just feels so bad against every deck in the format right now. Cashier is just going a Rise Heart Pass. This deck makes Rafflesia on their 5th summon. Labyrinth doesn't summon more than once every other turn. So, like, this is just really good. Good against Sprite, like if they have a normal summon, like they normal summon a Sprite, you just book it, and unless they have starter, they're kind of done. And then you can also just hit the first Cashier monster they summon. That's it for the spells. Going into traps now. Played 3 Traptrix Holotea. This is like Shade Brigadine, but way better. This summons itself as a level 4 normal monster. It's got a big body. It has 2400 defense. But if you set it, you can activate it the first turn you set it by discarding another normal trap. So there's like, you can like, Murmello plus any other normal trap is like your full combo. You end on Rafflesia, 2 sets, Sarah, generally. And then when this card is in the graveyard, you can banish it to target a Traptrix monster in your graveyard, and then reborn it. That's a quick effect. So like, you can bring back the Pudica to banish something, Murmello to pop something, and then you can get your Sarah effect and just start rolling. So like, if your opponent doesn't have any interruptions for you, you just start rolling with the deck. So I played 2 Floodgate Trap Hole. This card's really good for the format right now. Mainly just Kashtira. You book their first thing they summon, and then it's really hard for them unless they have like Birth. Also has implications in Sprite. I mean, but unless like they have the normal summon like Beaver or something, it's good for them. Or if they have the starter, they just play through this. So not as good, but it's still okay. 2 of the OG Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. This one negates and destroys a monster that activates its effect on field. The turn it was special summoned. So like you can use this off Rafflesia when your opponent's trying to break your board. Just, one of the better trap holes. I also play 2 Gravediggers. I see a lot of people, they play 1 Gravediggers. I'm really scared of drawing it and then getting nibbed or ash or something, so I always play 2. I always want 1 in the deck so I can use it off Rafflesia. And sometimes just like resolving 2, you already take half your opponent's life points away. And the 1 Bottomless, and 1 of the Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. So this is the new card. We all know what this does. If your opponent special summons this turn, you can target a monster with 2,000 or more attack and destroy it. Then you can banish a monster from their graveyard. So you can't send this off for Rafflesia because it does target for cost. But what you can do is, especially in like a branded matchup, you can target their Mirror Jade with this, pop it, and then before Mirror Jade has the chance to resolve its effect when it hits the graveyard to blow up your cards in the end phase, you can banish it and it won't have the opportunity to activate. So like, it's good. Just pop stuff. It's always good. Then I played 3 Imperm and 3 Evenly. This deck has a really hard time going second, so like playing the Ash, the Books, the Evenly, and the Imperm just helps you go second. Evenly is like the best board breaker of this format. There really aren't many cards to stop it. So like, it's just good against everything. Good against Cash, good against the Mirror, good against Lap. So, MVP. Imperm.
Do you side 1 Gravedigger's Trap Hole out?
Yeah, so when I go second, I like to side out a lot of the traps to put in the flex cards. So I'll slide these out because I don't want to see it, because I have to get to a Link Summon at that point to use it. And then I'll side out, like, depending on matchup, I'll side out 1 of these. But I'll like normally side out like 1 of each of the 2 loves. Just because like, I'm not going to use all of them, right? At least I have the option of using them with Rafflesia after I like break their board with the board breakers I side in. So that's mainly the theory about it. It gives me 6 slots going second too. So that's it for the main. Even 40. I would be playing Prosperity if I owned them, but I'm a broke boy. So we'll get into the extra. Pretty standard lineup, actually. We play 3 Sarah. This is the best card in the extra deck. Just bonkers. When you activate a Traptrix effect, and this is on the field, you can set a normal hole trap from your deck to the field. You can't activate it that turn, but it's just like starts getting you advantage. Thank you.
Card economy.
There you go. Yeah, once this deck starts snowballing, it's really hard to stop. Kularia, this one's not good. Only made it once today. Adipus, I didn't make this at all, but it helps push for OTKs. It makes everything 1,000 bigger, and then it negates stuff and pops stuff. Asa is really good. You can take your opponent's Fenrir's and use it. I never made this today. Actually, I did make it once, and when it died, I searched the normal summon for next turn. But that's it for the links. Don't link very much, other than Sarah. Into the XCs, we play 2 Rafflesia. Rafflesia is like the go-to. It becomes any of your holes, and it also protects your board from like board breakers, and it's target protection too. So when Rafflesia has a material, it's unaffected by trap effects. Your opponent can only target Traptrix Rafflesia if they're going to target a monster at all, and then it protects everything else from destruction. So we play 2 of those. You have to play 2, make 1, make a second if you really need it. 1 Pinky Killa, this is a new one. This one just is a Traptrix monster search, and then when a monster your opponent possesses leaves the field or is banished by a card effect, you can attach it. It's also unaffected while it has material, and then it's also unaffected by monsters as the same material underneath it. So if you like take a unicorn or a Fenrir, they can't like Fenrir banish this. It's unaffected by it. 1 Elamaris. This one's just like a reborn. It also like can special summon your opponent's monsters from their graveyard. Never really make this. Like, don't really feel a need to. That's okay. The other generics, I play 1 Redoer, 1 Baguska, and 1 Exciton Knight. I didn't make any of these cards today. If I'm gonna make any of these, it's probably the Redoer because you can put the whole Ate underneath it, and then it becomes the non-target bounce. But other than that, I also play 2 Zeus. So we play the Zeus just for like, the Kashtira, so they banish it, and that's about it. Exciton's like really good in theory because you can like make it, use its effect, board wipe everything, swing for 19, it won't do any damage, but then just main phase 2, you can put a Zeus on top. So it's like 4 material Zeus by itself. So that's it for the extra. And then we go into the side. 3 Lancia, side against Kashtira. Also, I side this card every time I go second, or every time I go first, just because it stops evenly. And I lose to evenly really bad. Some back row hate. Duster and 2 Cyclones. Cyclones are for like, I really thought just siding these in for like Royal Decree, or like if they can, like Labyrinth gets a skill drain up before you can get any of your monsters out, you like are really hurting. So like these are the outs to that.
Shout out to the guy who made deck Royal Decree.
Play 3 Eclipse. I did not side this card in today. I need to change this for something else, but I don't know what. So 3 Judgment and 3 D-Barrier are the rest of the cards here. D-Barriers for the Brandon matchup. Never want to side it in for like Kashtira and call Xyz because it turns your own Xyzs off. And then this is just more like to stop board breakers or Sprite's normal summon. So
Why didn't you side in Eclipses specifically for like Kashtira matchups, where that card's like generically known to be really good?
Yeah, there are more outs to this card than there are just normal book, right? Because you can Ash. It books everything, which like may sound really good, but I just don't feel like... I play book, I play Imperm, I play Ash. Like I'm hoping to open enough cards where it can break their board and I don't have to worry about, that. So, but that's it. So, 4th place. Now, what are you gonna do?
You're so cute though.
Thanks, Mike.
Do you have any shout outs before we end the video?
Yeah, shout out All Access Card Shop. Best card shop in the Green Bay area. Just putting on great tournaments and, great community. Everybody's awesome here. Specifically, shout out Jonathan Lee. I rated his binder before this tournament. Alti Zeus's, the Reflasias, the Secret D Barriers, the Alti Judgments. What else did I steal from you? I stole all these cards, so shout out John Lee. Also, shout out Blake Jones for the Mermellos and the Imperms. Hey! The boys are real. So, yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Thank you and congratulations on your top 4 placement.